All right, so I just wanted to go over my Aero M4E1 build. Um, I built it from scratch essentially. Bought the stripped lower, stripped upper, and then some parts kits, and then pieced it together individually. Um, Starting with the furniture on it, it's all the green stuff you see, including the hand guard, dust cover, forward assist, charging handle, buffer tube, rear plate, and then the safety selector, um, mag release, all this stuff is Timber Creek. It's manufactured in Springfield, Oregon, and I actually traded a Glock for it all. Um, and so that's the furniture on it. And then I guess the flash hider there is Timber Creek as well. Um, so I started with that stuff as far as the first parts that I got for it. And then from there, I went with a Ballistic Advantage 223 Wild 16-inch barrel. It is it's stainless, but it's bead blasted, so it's got kind of that matte, uh, low gloss finish. I'm not sure how well you can see it in there. I think it has a good look to it. And then working our way back, I went with the Olight Odin. I know a lot of people shit on them. It's not a mod light. It's not a surefire, but it does a job. I got a good deal on it. It came with the pressure switch and everything to mount it. So I don't know. It does its job. And then as far as internals, most of it is going to be mil spec stuff. I've got um, the Palmetto State Armory 3.5 pound competition trigger. I like it. It's light. It's got a short reset. I think I got it for $80 off their website. And then working back, I put a Troy bad lever on it. I don't know a lot of people don't like them. I'm still getting used to it. I'm not sure how well I like it. I do like the fact that I can just lock the bolt back with my index finger, and I don't have to, grip the rifle in any sort of weird way, and I can close the bolt that way. It's a little cumbersome with gloves on. Still getting used to it, but so far so good. The Timber Creek came with the ambi charging handle, similar to a Radian. Again, does its job. I don't know. I don't have much experience with the Radian. I've played with one a little, and they seem nice, but I didn't notice a big difference. And the safety selector, also ambi. It came set up to do 90 or 45 degrees. I initially set it up for 90, didn't like it, set it up for 45. And then if you're not familiar with the Aero M4E1, like some of the benefits of that as far as building one goes is your bolt catch pin, instead of having to start a roll pin under the spring pressure, it's threaded. So it's a threaded pin. You can do it, just with an Allen key and by yourself. Just put some tension on the bolt catch and thread it in, and you're done, rather than having to like risk scratching your rifle with punches and hammers. And then another thing is inside of the lower, there's a threaded bolt that goes up and puts tension in between your upper and your lower and eliminates the play between the two. There's a fraction of play in there right now, but for the most part, it it does its job. You don't notice much play in it. And then also I went with just the Magpul stuff as far as the grip and the stock. I liked that this Magpul's got this tension switch, I guess, to keep your stock from rotating on the buffer tube. I knew I was going to be shooting this rifle off the bench at some distance, so I wanted it to be as accurate as possible without breaking the bank. So I went with that. And then I've got the Haley Strategic D3 sling on there. I think there's some better stuff out there for the price. Maybe not better, but some features like the Magpul one, the quick adjust seems to be a little bit smoother. When you throw it on, it works, but to pull it up, it doesn't want to come up. I kind of have to catch the rifle and pull on it. But I do like the fact that this QD point comes in here, and you can make it a single point if you want to, and then it just pops right out, and you throw it back in the rifle and go to a 2-point. And then I also have the Primary Arms ACSS Aurora, and I think I got it on a pretty good deal. I think I paid $180 for it. It's illuminated, and then I threw the quick throw lever on there. It's the 1-6. It's got all sorts of holdovers in it, and again, shooting a little bit of distance. I was shooting it out to 300 yards, and I didn't have any issues with it. It tends to be fairly accurate. I hand load all my 223 for this, so I was getting some pretty good grouping out at 300. Other than that, I don't have any complaints. It was my first build for a complete upper. I've built some lowers before, but they're pretty simple. There's not much to them. Get on YouTube and you can build one in a very short period of time with very minimal tools. But this was the first rifle that I had put together from a completely stripped upper. It wasn't too bad. Just, correct torque specs and getting the barrel seated and the barrel nut torqued down to the right specs. And so far so good. I also built the lower for that pistol there, and it was a budget build. I have like $600 into that, but this I wanted to do something a little higher end, a little more like middle of the road type build, and I think I'm into the whole thing probably about $1,700, including the optic and the light, and that's with valuing the Glock that I traded at like $450 or $500, whatever it was, for all the Timber Creek stuff. And the Timber Creek kit comes with the trigger guard, but that Aero M4E1 comes machined with the trigger guard in there, and I guess it's supposed to help with rigidity. And again, I just wanted it to be a little more accurate out at distance, so just those little things I try to take into consideration. And then I don't remember what bolt carrier group I have in there. It is a fairly low end one. It might be the Palmetto one. They're running a deal for a while where you bought 10 mags and it came with a bolt carrier group. I'd like to get a nickel boron at some point, and just for looks, I guess. But another thing that the Timber Creek does with this dust cover is it's adjustable. It's got a threaded pin right there, and you can adjust the tension on this detent. So when if it doesn't fit your upper quite right, you can put a little more tension on there and get it fitting just right and open at the, I guess, the resistance you want, so it's not rattling around or flop open in the case or whatever. So yeah, if you oh, one other thing with the Timber Creek, it does have the anti-rotation tabs on the handguard, and I've just noticed like the pistol behind me, it doesn't have that. It's, like I said, much lower end. But as far as the rifle goes, I'm pretty happy with it. It does what I need it to. And then yeah, the ease of putting together the upper and lower and some of the looks and specs of the Aero Precision stuff, I'm pretty happy with. So if you have any questions or want to see anything else or see something else more in detail, just let me know in the comments, and I'll see if I can get back to you guys.